Welcome to First Look Gnomes.
Your go-to podcast for dads doing silly things.
Join us as we dive into the whimsical world of the know-it-all gnome.
Share tips for dads.
Explore thirsty firsts.
And of course, the dad jokes and the bad jokes.
But most importantly, we're here to share our first looks.
Don't forget to send in your feedback to our fish pond of feedback.
And share your thoughts, questions and own first looks with us at firstlookgnomes@outlook.com.
I start and then I just look at you and with your anticipation in your face going, oh, what's it going to be? What's it going to be?
Get the laughter out, Williams.
Just a small town gnome. 11 episodes in a podcast world. He took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy. Sing along, Craig. Born and raised in Wolverhampton. He took the midnight train going anywhere. Strangers waging up and down the bottom of the garden. Their shadows parting into the night. Street lights, people.
He's still going.
11, just another episode hiding somewhere in the night. Don't stop. 11. Penultimate episode. Yeah.
Hey! Bravo!
That was longer than I planned. Oh.
I love the fact you said join in, but then sang a new lyric that I'd never have known. I was about to, and then I'm glad I didn't, because I don't think in the original song
do you
they
not
mentioned...
remember Born and Raised in Wolverhampton? No.
I don't think the original song said born and raised in Wolverhampton. I could be wrong. I don't,
No,
don't quote me.
I'll have to fact check that.
We'll have to fact check it. I love the effort you put in there, and ladies and gentlemen, he's not even had a drink yet, so we can only imagine what's going to come. Yeah. Oh, you have? Okay, I beg your pardon. Yeah. Well, maybe that explains a lot. But good effort, Williams. That was a good one. I enjoyed that.
How are you, Mr. Hodgkins? You good?
I am okay. Thank you for asking. I am a little bit frazzled from the week that's just been. Yeah, frazzled. You know, we get to the end of the week and you're like, whoa. But I'm happy to be here. I've got a beer. I've got a gin. I've got good company. And I'm looking forward to making this podcast.
Good
How
company.
are you?
Oh, I'm good. I had my birthday.
Woo.
Yes.
Many happy returns.
Thank you very much. And not to brag, but I have this incredible talent for predicting what's inside a wrapped present.
How do you do that, Williams?
It's a gift.
Way! Very nice.
Wah.
Another year older, not another year wiser, clearly.
Yeah, had a lovely birthday and Easter break. My birthday was actually the Thursday, and then I had the Easter weekend, which for
good.
American listeners, I don't think they get Easter weekend, do they? Or do they?
No. So I work. I work for an American company. I work American time, so I did not get either Good Friday or Good Easter Monday off, or Easter Tuesday. So in Northern Ireland, Williams, I think we may have mentioned this last time. It's been 2 years since we did our Easter special. Can you believe that? Oh my
gosh.
But it's
we should have got Braden on for an Easter special.
Well, maybe he can come back for a summer special this year.
Yeah.
But over here they have Good Friday, Easter Monday, and Easter Tuesday. So depending on many things, some people have the Friday and the Monday, some people have the Monday and the Tuesday. I told my American work colleagues this while we were working, that my wife was off, and she had been for a few days, and they questioned their life choices, as did I, to be honest. But happy Easter to everybody, and congratulations on turning another year older. You look younger, though. You look younger.
Thank you. Oh, yes, it's the beer. Not recommended for other people. Had a nice family weekend. Spent it with the parents, the wife, the son, my sister and her kids, and my nephew. So my nephew's 4 years old, and he's been learning Spanish all year. Jack, 4 years old, and he still can't say the word please, which I think is poor for 4.
That might be your best one yet, Williams. I like that one. 4 for 4. As soon as you started, it's like, oh, Jack, yeah. And I was like, oh, hang on, no. He's setting up for a joke here. Setting up for a joke. Can we also mention, not a joke, Jack is possibly the best 4-year-old dancer.
Oh, ever. Yes, he is. Yeah, he's got some moves.
That kid can move. Like, there are kids who can dance, and then there's Jack. It's like,
there's some videos from the wedding celebration, isn't there?
Oh, he was incredible.
Yeah.
And can we mention that our kids, my kid and your niece have become pen pals.
Pen pals. Isn't it nice actually to still have pen pals as a thing?
Oh, Brayden loves it. Yeah, he's really happy. He wants to try and play it cool though. He's like, yeah, I got to write. Oh yeah, I got to write to a girl. What are you going to talk about? He said, I don't want to say something stupid, Dad. I'm like, well, what do you want to say? I don't know. Well, you can have some of the shows you've been watching. No. Can't possibly tell her about any of the shows I'm watching. It's embarrassing. Okay. All right, you think about what you want to say. I don't know what to say, but it's hilarious to watch.
Oh, bless him.
But he's
cool.
He's put a lot of thought into it. It's very cute. We can recommend any parents who have got kids, they should encourage them to write letters.
For my birthday, I asked my niece to write a story and my nephew to draw the illustration. The story was 1 page long.
Uh-huh.
Well, when I say a page, one of those sort of small kids pages, like the size of a postcard sort of thing.
Yeah.
This whole story in this 1 page, it's about a cookie.
Of course.
And there's so many plot twists and turns, and you're just left asking questions at the end. Really clever. Just for like a postcard size story. Really good. But
the story didn't crumble apart.
Way. Oh dear! Leave the jokes to me, Mr. Hodgkins.
I will leave the jokes. Your wife will get angry with that. Leave the jokes to him. All right, I'll leave the jokes to him. Sorry. No, my place.
But yeah, they're really good. And
well, I'm glad you had a good time. The kids are awesome. I'm glad you were there with your mum and dad and the wife and your sister, and everyone had a good time. Many happy returns from all of us at First Look Gnomes, Williams.
Thank you. So yeah, we're episode 11, which I hinted at in my little song earlier.
Can I just ask? Can I go back to the song?
Yeah.
So, Journey, Don't Stop Believing. How did you get to 11 from that? Like, tell us the thought process. I'm always interested in this creativity.
Because it had the believing, the 11.
11, believing.
Yeah, so it merges together, become one. I struggled.
It was genius.
I was clutching at straws, to be honest, that one. Do you want to go straight into your first look, Mr. Hodgkins? Oh, sorry, no, I was explaining. This our penultimate episode, Series 11, Episode 11, Series 11. Gosh, can you imagine one day, Series 11?
Our listeners
episode
probably
11.
Can't.
Episode 11, Series 3. It's the penultimate episode. So we're going to finish up next episode, to have a little refresh before we come back bigger, stronger, more drunk in Series 4.
Did you put any polls out? Because we were questioning, if memory serves correct, we were questioning some of the features in this podcast. And did you put a poll out?
I did put a poll out, which we'll find out in
another episode.
The Fish Ponder feedback.
Oh, very good. I look forward to that next episode then. Okay, cool. That's a little tease for episode 12. I can go into my first look then, Williams, if you want.
Yeah, please.
So, it's a first look, and then after it, I'm going to follow it up with some tips for dads. But this week, I'm going to talk about, because we've had a bit of a heat wave. And we got we did, yeah. I don't know if you did over there, but we had a bit of we had a spell of 22-degree weather.
Really?
We did, yeah. A prolonged period for about a week where it was warm and sunny, which meant barbecues. Even though it's only April, we got into barbecue season. So we, as we've discussed in previous episodes, have recently moved house, and we decided this was the year to, maybe we'll get a nice barbecue, because we've always been the kind of disposable barbecues. Are like, okay, so this, which many of our listeners will know, it's treacherous out there. What do I go for? Do I go for a big barrel? Do I go for a gas burner? Do I go for one that's got charcoal and gas? How do I use gas? Am I going to blow the house up? How do I...
you can get those egg ones.
You can get those egg ones now, yeah. And then you're like, is a barbecue even fashionable anymore? Or do you just need outdoor pizza ovens and all this kind of stuff? So I actually reached out to one of our regular listeners, who is a man who is a good barbecuer.
He's a man.
He's a proper man.
He's a man.
And he's always been good on the barbecue. He would take control, and you knew your stuff was always going to be cooked properly. You weren't going to have pink in the middle, burnt on the outside. So I was like, what do you do? So I reached out to said friend for advice, and he has embraced gas. He said he misses the charcoal. He misses the process of getting the coals ready, but for convenience and quickness of speed and stuff, he's embraced gas. So of course we went for charcoal. Without choice, just to be different. Actually, it wasn't to be different. It was just B&Q had an offer on for B&Q members, and I just was like, "Oh, that'll do. That's nice." But it's been good. It's been good to. It was nice to be able to get the barbecue out now. Again, this is Northern Ireland, so that's our summer done now. So it's back in the garage, and
so with a gas barbecue now, you can get wood chippings. You put the wood chippings in, so you can get that sort of
smoky effect.
Best, yeah.
Yeah, I saw one of those. What we actually decided was we would like to. So a couple of years ago, we were very lucky. We went to Mallorca on a family holiday, and the villa we stayed in had a big brick-built barbecue, like a Mediterranean barbecue with a chimney. And I saw one of these when I was researching and looking. I saw one of these things and thought, in the next couple of years, we're hoping to landscape the garden. Let's build something like that into because our garden's on a hill, so we can dig some land away and build it properly. I was like, oh, cool. So I thought, you know what? There's no point me spending money on a good gas barbecue that's going to last 20 years when maybe in a few years' time I'm going to want to build a brick one. So we just went for the kind of that one's on offer, charcoal one. But it's good, and I don't know about you, Williams, but I do love a barbecue. I don't know why, because they're a bit of effort, but there's just something about being outside, having a beer, cooking food. That's just fun. Don't know if it's just tribal or I don't know, just in
man, food, fire, meat.
Man, food, fire, meat, beer. I control this. This is my domain. But yeah, we got a first look at it. And I hope that you, Williams, and all of our listeners get many looks at barbecues over the next several months.
One of my
pray for nice weather.
Favorite, having a kid now, I watch lots of different shows. And one of them's Bluey. And one of the
what a show.
early episodes, there's an episode about barbecue, and Bingo's playing barbecue whilst the parents having a barbecue.
Okay.
But Bingo sort of keeps getting all the salad stuff whilst Bluey's at the barbecue. And then Bingo gets really stressed because she's doing all this work, getting all the different salad pieces together. And then then they have the family barbecue, the parents, and everyone's like to the dad, going, way well done, Dad, for doing an amazing barbecue. But then the mum's like, oh.
You don't make friends with salad. You don't make friends with salad. But then
Bingo's like, someone say thank you for the salad. Something along those lines. I haven't seen it for a while. But the people that make the salad are important as well.
They are. But also, let's be honest, Williams. Does anybody want salad at a barbecue? Like, if you come to a barbecue and you're asking,
corn on the cob's nice with a barbecue.
Corn on the cob's not salad though.
Yes, well,
no. I tell you what. I tell you why corn on the cob isn't salad. So we would cook corn on the cob and sweet potatoes, but we wrap them in the foil and shove them in the coals.
Yes,
like
actually, you put it on the barbecue as well.
Yeah, but you can't put salad on the barbecue, Williams.
No,
Nobody wants crispy lettuce. You know, nobody's making that kind of demand. So lettuce doesn't go on a barbecue. Lettuce is something that goes in the fridge. If you're having a barbecue, you know, you I don't know, you're going for the fish and the chicken and the burgers and the sausages and well, the good thing about like brick ones as well. Like again, so said friend who we're talking about, when we were younger, like 17, 18, 19, I remember he had a brick one in his garden. Like it's just so easy. It's just there. You just like, you just go and use it. You don't need to wheel it out. You don't need to store it anywhere. It's bricks. No. So you just need to, it's a cracking idea.
Nice.
But what do you like on a barbecue, Wales? What's your go-to?
My go-to?
Do you like a steak? Are you a proper man? Or you just like, give me a burger?
A bit of sausage.
You love a bit of sausage.
No, I mean, my dad, most often when we're at a barbecue, it's at Dad's. And, chicken, sausage, they're the main go-to. Like a chicken, just a bit more primal, isn't it? And you get a bit of chicken. Yeah. Chicken on the bone, sort of just, and then just...
There's just certain men who are just made for that kind of thing.
Men. And then there's us.
Yeah. Well, you say that
we try to be.
Well, listen to this. So this may either help my cause to pretend. I mean, look at my name on the podcast today. It actually says manly man.
Manly man. Yeah.
I mean, I christened that myself. It's not necessarily true.
Well, that's the thing. So the men that we know in our lives. Would they title themselves manly man? That's
true. Yeah, good point. Good point. Well made. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. And I said this may either help my argument or hinder it. I think we already know the answer to this one. I have some tips for dads for barbecues.
Tips for dads.
Tips for dads. These are
get your tips out for the dads.
These are things that I would do, and I've learned over the years, and actually the three that I've written down, they're not really very manly tips. They're not like, when you have a barbecue, put your hand on it and brand yourself because you're so manly. No, they're a lot weaker, but they are genuine. I found these to be really good tips. So
hit me.
I'm going to do some tips for dads for barbecue. So number one, right? Sometimes you're just in a bit of a rush and sometimes you may not have time to make your own burgers and you just have to go and get burgers or something. And you might think, it's a bit plain. Like I want to be a bit more razzmatazz. I want to add some flavour to stuff. A bit of a cheap trick.
With burgers, sorry, before you
sorry.
Carry on. Just talking about burgers and I've got burgers in my head now.
Burgers.
Don't you love both a good, solid, expensive premium burger and a really cheap burger? Depending on your mood, I really like both of them.
Yeah.
Or are you just a premium man?
No, we would generally be for barbecues to make our own kind of people. But
I mean, if you're out and about and you find an old van that's doing sort of just cheap, cheap burgers,
just filth,
cheap,
with loads of fried onions where there's more oil than there is onion.
I feel they both have a place. But yeah, sorry.
I love them all. I just love a burger, full stop. Now,
and are you allowed burgers?
I haven't had a burger. No joke. I haven't had a beef burger for probably 3 years. It's been a long time.
Since we started podcasting.
Yeah, probably since before that. If you remember, episode 1 was
episodes,
kidney stones and so kidney stones. Just as a refresher, what were the things? Reduce your salt, drink plenty of water, and reduce your red meat. Yeah. What are burgers? Mostly salt, mostly red meat. And obviously with gallstones as well. It's
the cheap burgers very fine with them.
Well, cheeseburgers are usually made with 20%
sort of fat, maybe not. Yeah, but red meat, no.
I'll probably not do myself any harm by not having beef burgers regularly, to be honest. No. But no, anyway, some tips for burgers.
Sorry, tips for burgers.
Like if you want to add a bit of flavour to all your food without having to season it and stuff, get some mixed herbs and throw them on the coals. Once the coals are hot,
on the coals themselves.
On the coals, throw some rosemary, some thyme, sage. Maybe once you're cooking, when you're I don't know, maybe 10 minutes away from serving, throw some of that on the coals, and it will infuse infuse the meat with some of the herby scent and flavours.
Oh,
So
that's
it's a good tip, right? Yeah,
That's
good tip. We
That's a
have
manly
another
tip.
tip. It's not very manly. I don't think that is a very manly tip. That's
No?
very.
No.
It's a. I don't know. It's a bit Gordon Ramsay. It's like most men would be like, "What? He wants thyme and rosemary." Like, nah,
pouring the beef fat on the coals.
Yeah, that's it. Pour some burgers on the coal.
The blood from the cow, pour it on the coals.
No, you don't want to add any of them herbs and stuff. You just want raw cow. More bone, less herb. Which sounds like it could be a brand, like a slogan for a brand: more cow, less herb, for men who want real meat. The next tip is really very manly, Williams. Very manly. It's like when you have. It's hard because you just want to. Once you've cooked the barbecue, you just let it sit there. But don't. You want to clean it while it's a bit warm. You want to get the gunk, as much of the gunk off while it's warm as you can. Here's a good tip for you, Williams. See if you've got like grills and wire racks. A lemon. Cut a lemon in half, Wells. Dip it in some sea salt and
I've got a lemon tree.
You got a lemon tree now, right? So get one of them lemons, cut it in half. But when they're here, when they grow, cut the lemon in half, dip it in some sea salt, and just rub it up and down while it's still warm. Rub it up and down the grill. The lemon, with the salt on it. Rub the lemon on the rack on the grill where you've had the meat and stuff. All the meat will just come off. All the bitty meat.
So you use the lemon as like a cloth?
As a cloth to clean it, yeah.
Ah, that's a good tip.
With a bit of salt on it, just like coarse salt, like sea salt. Rub once it's still warm. When it's still warm, rub that up and down. All the crappy bits of meat that would otherwise just bake in, they'll come off straight away. And then when you actually clean it with some water, it's a lot easier. You don't have to use any harsh chemicals and ruin all
two very good tips.
Okay. Well, I've got a third one, Williams.
Should we stop there?
I don't know. This is a good one, okay? I think this is probably the most important one.
Okay.
When you have a good barbecue, we bought a nice one. It's not the most expensive, but it's a nice one. I will look after it because I'm going to have to use it for a good few seasons, right? If you keep it under a cover outside, I don't particularly like covers, but sometimes you have to keep it under a cover.
I hate covers.
But there's still...
Mine keeps blowing off. Mine keeps blowing off the...
Okay.
And it's all rusted now, and it's like, was there any point putting it back on? But I put it back on.
Well, this is how you do when you get a new one, right? You can keep a cover on, but to stop it getting rusted, put a bowl of baking soda inside the barbecue because that'll absorb a lot of the moisture and stop it rusting.
Another good tip.
There you go. You see, not just a pretty face. Not very manly tips.
There are 3 good tips there.
Yeah, those are tips we've kind of learnt over the years, and help us keep our barbecues well. So, tips for dads, barbecues.
Good tips.
And here's to barbecue season, Wells. May there be many sunshiny days ahead.
I hope so. I think it was either last year or the year before, but we had a summer of, in the week, I'm sat at my desk, sun shining, 20-odd degrees. Friday, 5 o'clock. Thunder lightning, rain until Sunday night, and then it would be sunny again for the week. And that was almost every week for the summer, and it was so annoying.
That's depressing.
But
could be worse. It could have rained the whole time, not just at least when you're at work and you can look outside from your office.
Yes, that is nice actually. I'm very lucky. From the bottom of the garden.
From the bottom of the garden.
Oh. Thursday nights, I tend to put my boy to bed, but he's just over 2 now, so he's being a 2-year-old. Every time you learn a trick to get him to sleep, he changes the rules. So no different here. And we had, and he talks, says quite a few words now. But he was very much in charge. I thought I could negotiate with him, so I started negotiations.
With your 2-year-old?
And then quickly found myself and him lying on the floor together. And then there's lots of crying in that because it wasn't the books he wanted. Ended up in his bed, and then out of his bed, and then back in his bed, and then out of his bed. And then all these stories that he's apparently been telling his mum that he wants, no, don't read those, read those. I'm going to read those of Dada, because there's certain books. No, they're Dada books.
Yeah.
They're Dada books. Ones like the pigeon books, we call them. The train books, the Dada books. No, Dada books. On the day, I'm like, right, can we? And the pigeon books, they're quite fun to read. So I'm like, cool, right. Pigeon books, Logan? No, Mama. But you want to read these week? No, Mama. Right, okay. And things like that went on for ages and ages. But the tip is, so most kids, they have like their safety blanket or their special toy or whatever. Logan's is, well, to begin with, we didn't think it would be his go-to toy, but it's become his
favourite.
What do you call it? His favourite, yeah. Which we named at the time Cecil. So
great name for a toy.
So Cecil, the little sort of dog blankie thing. He's he's the go-to. When he's feeling emotional, Cecil's his comfort. Yeah, if your child is not doing what you want them to do, just embrace the Cecil or whatever your kid's got, and become the Cecil, and get Cecil to tell him what to do. And if Cecil wants to do it, then Logan's like, oh really? But because Cecil wants to do it, so Cecil wants this book. The book you literally were saying no to and crying. Oh, Cecil wants to read it. Oh, yes, we'll read that then because Cecil wants to read the book. Oh, Cecil wants to go sleep. Okay. So, yeah. So the tip is use your Cecil to get your kids to go to bed. So
what you're saying, Williams, is manipulate your children. That's really, is that what you're trying to say?
I did try negotiation and then, but he's at such a lovely age where, I don't know, in his world, he's not quite got to that point of, oh, Dad's tricking me here.
Yes.
He's at that point of, Cecil actually wants to do this. He's the best thing ever. We'll do it.
It's a great tip. You're not alone. We've all done it as well.
Yeah.
That is a great tip, though.
Yeah.
When you
and
just need to...
so often, like ever since he was very little, he'd wake up in the night and you're watching him on the monitor. He grabs Cecil, and Cecil does all the hard work.
Nice.
Cecil's there, and he comforts him, and then he goes back to sleep. Was like result. So
here's to Cecil.
Yeah, be a Cecil, trust in Cecil. Get yourself a Cecil if you haven't got one. That's my tip.
It's a great tip. There's a lot of parents, I imagine, who've been in that situation where they're just trying to it's the end of the day. You're knackered anyway. Like bedtime's a chore. I know it's lovely to spend time with them, especially when they're well behaved. And you walk out thinking, "Oh, that was just so precious, such a precious memory. It's so lovely." But then there's other times you're like, he's gone to sleep. So there is the end of the day is hard. So any tips to just make that more peaceful for the child, but also to let you get to kind of like, and I'm off. I'm sure it'll be well received. So be the Cecil. Great tip, Williams.
Be the Cecil.
First looks.
First look.
What you got for us, Wells?
So I said apparently then, are we recording?
Are we recording? Listen, we have recorded before and not recorded.
Yeah, I know. So I was like,
usually the ones that we haven't recorded are usually the best episodes too. I mean, in our opinion. We have no proof because no one's ever heard them.
That episode we didn't record was the funniest episode ever.
We had a good time.
What we were doing apart from just crying and laughing.
Yeah, but, lots of laughter. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
First look.
First look.
So we were quite lucky. I mean, a lot of parents have this probably a lot earlier on, but we only had this fairly recently. Bath time. We were both upstairs, and the wifey was with Logan in the bathroom. I was having the bath, and we had our first. Sorry, just checking on my.
Oh, hang on. Oh no, sorry. I'll be quiet. If you say what I think you're going to sound like puke, I don't know.
My what?
Puke, if you tell what you're going to say. I'm hoping it's not that.
Oh,
Because
we had our first Code Brown.
Oh no, not the Code Brown! No!
We had our first Code Brown. Bless it.
No, thank you. Oh, shit water, no thanks. Whoa. Logan, no need for that, son.
The many years I've known you, the things that you talk about, and that's something that grosses you out.
I could sense that coming. I was like, no, he's going to talk about poop in the bath. Don't talk about
Code Brown, Code Brown.
Code Brown.
And so, yeah, I was just in the other room next door, and then I can't quite remember it now, but the wife just started, oh. And I go in, and she's got them sort of up and out. And I don't know if it's like... what were those? I can't remember the called, but there's like those old toys you have that you put in water and then they expand. These
eating, right?
These bits of poo, they were bigger than him. They just expanded in the water, and they were like proper big human size poos.
Oh,
but yeah. So
grim.
then. So got him out, washed, and then I played with him, and Georgie, and he had all his toys, so we had to obviously get rid of the poo, so a lot of it you could just chuck in the toilet.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously we had to sort of heavily disinfect all the toys that were in with him.
Shove all in the dishwasher.
Particles, and yeah, put a lot in the dishwasher, and gave the bathroom a thorough clean, and but also at the same time tried to, because you don't want to sort of go. You don't want him to go, oh no, I've had a poo, or I've done something really bad. So it's all very. But he knew something was going on, but. Yeah, we're trying to as much as possible go just a normal day.
It's such a bad situation when it happens.
Yeah, but our first Code Brown, bless him. Yeah.
I wonder what Williams has seen on TV. I wonder if he's going to talk about a nice day. Oh, you know what Williams will talk about this week? He'll probably talk about what he did for his birthday, what he had for food. No, shit in the bath.
But yeah, it was the my main takeaway was how it expanded in the water.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. Does it expand, or did he just do a really massive poo?
I don't know.
I don't know. You thought it expanded because you were probably thinking, "There's no way that could have. There's no way someone that small can make something that big out of that tiny a hole." But there it comes.
Oh,
there it is.
There it is. Oh, there it is.
Poop. There it is.
Shaka. Sorry.
Well, that's hilarious. That it happens again, much like Cecil. It happens to us all. You just have to get on with it, not terrify your child and think it's traumatize him.
Bless him.
Yeah, not fun.
I'm not quite ready for a Thirsty First, but this is a different Thirsty First segment today.
Okay.
So it's another first look. I went to link to my birthday because you said, I thought, Code Brown, couldn't resist not talking about Code Brown.
It was very funny.
But I went to Dynamite Brewery. So it's a little microbrewery in Cornwall.
Very nice.
Which I went to. So the wife dropped me and my friend Pete off. And it's sort of under a viaduct. So
hang on a sec. Hang on. Oh. You got other friends that aren't me? What?
Yeah, just
Who's this
one
Pete? Who's this Pete? Who is he?
Pete, he's the...
I don't like him.
He's the husband of the one in the book that you bought the
Oh, no, I do like Pete. He
Christmas.
buys your beer and stuff, yes. I do like Pete,
You got the Secret Santa present for his wife.
Yes. All right, fair enough. We like Pete. Okay, I take that back.
Yeah. So, and it's middle of nowhere, under a viaduct. And you're sort of going down this sort of like stony, I wouldn't even say a road, just a down
Just
into
a path.
yeah. And you get into the bottom, and there's like an abandoned sort of caravan and things like that.
Shopping trolley.
And then, because I'm watching Sopranos at the moment, I'm thinking, oh no, this is a place where you take someone and then pop them in the head and bury them.
You're thinking Craig was right about that, Pete. He's gonna do me here.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's paid him. Yeah, wife's paid him for, yeah. She's found out about the life insurance. And I hope she's not listening. Yeah, and then you turn the corner, and it's not much better. It looks like an abandoned warehouse.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, all right. Okay, good recommendation, Pete. Yeah, go. It's all closed up because it's not as sunny. There's like some benches outside, but it's all closed up. It's not always even open. And luckily, the wife said, "I'll stay here to see if you get in." So I'm thinking, oh, she's going to drive off, and we're just stuck in this random abandoned place under a viaduct. But then we go in, and it's a microbrewery, and they've got like a little makeshift bar there with a few different beers on tap, obviously what they're brewing, and various tables and stuff, and a little fridge for stuff that's not on tap you buy cans of, and it's great. A proper bearded man like myself just can sit down, have a nice fresh beer in the microbrewery. Dynamite Brewery, good beers, recommend them. But then also I was like, right, I didn't have lunch. Microbrewery, they have this chap called Lucky Rod's Pizzas. Yeah, Lucky Rod's Pizzas. I thought, lovely. Have a pizza on down there. In a brewery, when you get there at 12:30, right? And you're going to stay there all day, you want some food.
You need to eat.
Lucky Rod's pizza oven broke.
No.
Not so lucky, was he?
Oh, unlucky Rod.
Unlucky Rod. Also, what's quite funny, the section of where his pizza oven place is, it's all boarded up, but it's all boarded up in cardboard.
Okay.
Which I thought was a bit funny. It was flammable, but, Lucky Rod. What can go wrong? But had a lovely day. Managed to actually get takeaway delivered, so got some takeaway there and drank some beers at the microbrewery. So that's Dynamite Brewery.
Can I ask 2 questions?
And I would recommend check out your microbreweries. Pubs are dying off, but microbreweries go straight to the source. Lots of microbreweries now are hosting and selling their beer in the actual microbrewery. So microbreweries.
Excellent. I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
With an observation, this is probably the first podcast in a while we haven't mentioned the White Rock Brewery. We're still waiting for sponsorship. Can you please send me some more Maggie's Leap? I'm having to drink something else today.
Yes.
But
I still need my first look at the whitewater raft.
But yes, the microbrewery thing is true. We should embrace the microbreweries. So 2 things. Was your experience heightened by once you got in there, you're like, I'm not going to die. So instantly it was better because you were like, I've survived getting here and no one's shot me.
I've got through the car park. It's not a car park. It's
So did that add to the experience, or would the experience, if there hadn't have been such a treacherous trek to said microbrewery, would it still have been as good?
Well, it's all part of the ambience. Actually, I think it's all part of because a lot of pubs are dying, but a lot of pubs are in places where there seems to be transportation there, or you can walk there, or whereas this seems to be literally in the middle of nowhere. How on earth? Oh, obviously, it makes money from brewing, but it was quite busy as a pub, as somewhere to actually sit and drink as well. I think it's a certain because a lot of people like their comfort and a bit of class, but so do I sometimes. But this was an abandoned warehouse with a brewery inside, and the pub is literally just someone got a few pallets together and a few bits of wood and a bit of what's that roofing called? Begins to see
Corrugated steel.
Yeah, that just sort of bunked on top and turned into a little pub, little pumps, 3 or 4 pumps.
It sounds nice.
Yeah.
And was the beer good?
It was good beer.
And
Good
can we
beer.
let people into a secret about, because you told me about this brewery, and it's good value. Should we just leave it at that? It's good value beer as well.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, what I told you was about, they had 24 cans for £24, which I thought was quite good.
£1 a can of fresh microbrewery beer is unbelievable. I bought, so we went to the local, there's a independent beer shop in on the Lisbon Road here, and they sell all kind of microbrewery beer, and you can sometimes be paying £6.50 for one can. It's like
for a can
for microbrewery stuff.
Yeah, that's not even a draft.
Pint. Yeah, that's £1 a can is unbelievable. What are they called, Williams? Give me a shout out.
Dynamite Brewery.
Boom.
because I learned that under the viaduct, that's where they used to create dynamite for the mines. They were Cornish mining.
Yeah. Well, here we go, Williams. I'm going to come for a field trip to Cornwall, and you're going to take me to Dynamite Brewery. You're going to come for a field trip to Northern Ireland, and I'm going to take you to the White Rock Brewery.
Lovely.
That's what we'll do this summer. When we're not on air,
we'll both have our first look to report back.
We will, and we'll do it this summer while we're on break. We'll get some road trips booked in. Sounds good.
Let's finish this episode off before the final episode, shall we?
I don't want to finish it because that means we're closer to the end, and I love doing the podcast. It means I'm drinking beer and chatting with my mate.
Well, I'll cheer you up with a little dad joke, shall I?
Please.
Well, it's actually not that funny. So I went to the doctor's.
Are any of your jokes that funny? I like them.
This is a serious topic now.
Oh, beg your pardon. Sorry.
I'm not doing dad jokes. It's a serious topic.
I'll get serious.
Serious topic.
Serious.
I went to the doctor's.
Oh, flip me. Okay.
Yeah. And they, the doctor said to me, I'm afraid to say, your DNA is backwards. So I said, and? See you for the final episode in a couple of weeks, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. More bone, less herb.